welcome to another episode and another series of Mr. Badger Talks Twitter Scum. I'm here with a very close friend of mine today, the lovely Mr. Jeffrey Dickhurt. How are you, Jeffrey?
Jeffrey Dickhead, that's me. Well, I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I haven't seen you in a while, not since I got COVID and that. I got locked down, didn't I?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, well, that and the stuff to do with the kids. But I'm not allowed to talk about that. We're here today to talk about your love of gay men, isn't it?
Game? No, I think we said gaming. Gaming. It's a very important distinction there.
Oh, it's because this is a new series. We've got a quiz on the middle section, so we'll have to play that one by ear and see how we get away with it. So, but it's gaming that you like.
Yeah, video gaming. While we're at it, also, I'm Jordan Ducharme here, introducing myself to the podcast. I don't know if you got the right. My name is Jordan Ducharme. I don't know if you got the right guest on or not.
That sounds like a foreign name.
I am Canadian, yeah. That's why I sound like this.
Oh, it sounded Frenchy, and I don't like the Frenchies.
No, don't worry, we're not. We're colonialized.
Yeah, that's it. We own Canada, don't we, technically?
Yeah, our queen's on your money. That's true.
That's it. So are you an Anglophile? Did you grow up loving this beautiful nation?
Sort of, man. I always had an idea of coming over here. I mean, I live here now, so it didn't just happen, But my mom's Welsh. I know how you guys love the Welsh over here in England.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't really like this. Let's move on. Are you courting? Are you with a lady?
Oh, yeah. I've been with my girlfriend. I'll keep her name off the podcast for legal reasons.
Okay.
But yeah, we've been together for a few years. We moved here together from Canada.
Oh, so she's not British then?
No, she's French.
Oh, Jesus. This podcast's down the bin already, isn't it? You've come on to talk about gaming or Flash Gordon. You've brought all this foreign nonsense on. Go on then. Why do you like gaming?
Why do I like gaming? That's a weird one. I don't know, man. It's like when I grew up, my parents were like both working. They both had a job, but couldn't really take care of me. And they found that if they sat me in front of the Nintendo, I would just stay there for hours. So it was sort of like the unofficial babysitter. Autistic, yeah. I was a year away from doing speed runs.
Yeah.
But no, I realized like I just grew up with it in my life constantly, and it did become like, the same way I assume some people feel accomplished when they get hired or get a raise or whatever.
That's I have the same. No idea. No point of reference on that one.
But that's the same way I feel when I beat video games and shit. So to this day, I've just been constantly playing, never really stopped. And yeah, I'd call it a passion, but I don't know if passions are meant to be like, focused towards something.
Well, you said it started with your mum and dad just dunking you in front of a telly, because of like neglect and all that. So, yeah. What would be the first case of neglect that you remember?
I don't really remember a specific case. I remember once my dad and I were upstairs playing Mega Man, and he forgot he left the door open. So we had a bird downstairs, and the bird just flew out. Okay. And then and we lost the family pet playing Mega Man upstairs. So although it was a nice story with me and my dad, we both neglected the bird. Yeah. And I assume it got eaten by a cat or something like that.
But was that the first game that you remember playing?
No, the first one I remember playing is a Bubble Bobble. Do you remember Bubble Bobble?
Bubble Bobble.
Bubble Bobble.
Yeah. Bubble.
Bubble Bobble, where you trap enemies in a bubble and then pop the bubble and kill them.
You can trap them in like a cellar and that, and then the police come round.
No, it's all legal. It's all allowed on the Bubble Bobble. The Badger Bubble. That's really, there's an idea for you.
I don't have ideas. My brain doesn't work.
Yeah, I could see that. You don't even have eyes.
Yeah, I've got eyes. They're in there somewhere. My teeth have come out though. They went, hey, I'm 65.
Wow.
You're a bit older than most of the people I speak to online lately. You look quite dishevelled at the moment, Jacob.
I've had a couple beers and some herbal medication today, so
A couple.
You're catching me at the end of a long Sunday.
Okay. Well, what time did you get up today?
I got up at 9, actually. I get up pretty early.
Oh, okay. So you're not sort of like your typical youth. They stay in bed all day doing nothing, don't they? These kids.
Oh, it's funny running shows with people where I'm like, I'll send them a message at 9, and then they'll get back to me at like 2 p.m. Like, sorry, mate, just woke up, just getting around to it. It's like,
yeah, the dickheads that message you about a gig at like 2 in the morning. You're like, is this all you do? Jesus Christ! But so your first game was Bobby Bubble.
That's it, Bubble.
Yeah.
The first one I remember like diving, it was Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo though. And
Mario.
I remember I just was so bad at it for so long. And then there's only 8 racers. I'd come 8th out of 8th, like over and over and over. And this is like where the autism sets in. And then eventually I came 7th out of 8th. And I remember running down to my dad and like, I came 7th. I rule, like, it's still losing.
I've had to shout that at some BBC parties before. It's like, I came 7th.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Jimmy Savile used to come first all the time. He got first dibs.
Yeah, before anyone even noticed.
Yeah. We're not allowed to talk about that. We are here to talk about gaming. So your love came from, you said you played with your family members as well. So it wasn't just a case of they did it to get rid of you. It was actually, they join in and they play games with you.
Well, my mom would try, but she was terrible. To the point where, like, I remember at 4 years old telling her, like, you're driving the wrong way in Mario Kart. But she had no idea what she was doing.
A typical woman, innit? They don't know how to drive.
It's sort of art imitating life. And then my dad loved all the shooting games, but at first he wouldn't let me play them, but he wanted to bond with me, so he'd let me watch him play them. And then eventually we'd just, play together.
You used to play with your dad?
Yeah, some shooting games, you know how that is.
I thought you meant something else then. Again, I'm trying to clean this podcast up because I'm struggling to get listeners. You'll find this hard to believe, but there's only about 57 listeners, and they don't like telling their friends that they listen to this. I don't know why.
Hey, that puts my podcast to shame. I tell you, 57 is not a bad number sometimes.
But the best bit is some of them are in like Singapore and that, so I don't think these are realistic figures. I think. I've got a feeling that Spotify's lying to me.
There's some people you'll see post their listener count. It's thousands of listeners.
Yeah.
And then like 3 people will like the post, and it's like, where are the thousands?
Yeah, they get one response going, very good podcast, nice time, hooray.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for a couple of those.
Yeah. So, we're going to take a quick meander off the course here because we're going to do a new middle section on Mr. Badger, which is our quiz, and it's called Mr. Badger Mind. So what we're going to do is I've got a list of questions here. We've got about 30 seconds, and we're going to see how many you can get through on your specialised subject, which is gay men.
I love it. All right, let's go.
Right, here we go. We'll start the timer. So, question 1. Which famous actor / comedian first came to fame with his comedy writing partner, Hugh Laurie?
Oh, John Cleese? No, Mr. Bean.
We're going to have to take your first answer. I'm sorry. We'll move on. Next question. Which famous singer is married to David Furnish?
I have no idea. Pass.
Okay, next question. He created a type of spreadable cheese.
John Cleese.
No, sorry, we're going to have to move on again. This one was uncredited actor in Tropic Thunder.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, correct. There we go. We've got our first gay. So,
yes.
Next up, we've got this tennis player won 14 majors.
I don't know. I forget his name. Ted Bailey.
No, let's go on to the next one. I'm sorry, we're going to have to finish on this one because the buzzer's just gone.
Oh, wow.
This celebrity drowned a rent boy in a pool full of cum.
Rod Stewart.
No, I'm sorry. The answer's there. So your first one, the partner of Hugh Laurie, was Stephen Fry. I don't know if you know Stephen Fry.
Well, I've heard that name.
He does QI and all that sort of stuff. We've got Dave Furnish's husband is the wonderful Elton John.
Should have known that.
We got that one. You got Tom Hanks, didn't you? Oh no, that was it. Tom Hanks. He created a type of spreadable cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, the famous gay Tom Hanks. The tennis player that won 14 majors was Bill Tilden. Never heard of him.
Never would have gotten that.
No, and the person who drowned a rent boy in a pool full of cum was the British comedian / TV show host Michael Barrymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Are you aware of that incident?
No, I've never heard of that. Fill me in.
Yeah, he drowned a rent boy in a pool full of cum.
Where did he get the pool full of cum?
I'm guessing it was his and all of his friends. Yeah, genuinely, have a Google. It led to the end of his career in the UK. It was I think he'd just become an openly gay man, and they found a dead boy in his pool with lots of semen inside of him. So
wow, that probably didn't do a lot for the gay community.
No, it was almost as bad as do you know Phillip Schofield?
No.
You've no idea who Phillip Schofield is?
No.
Oh God, you can tell you're not British. He's like UK royalty. Is Phillip Schofield the Silver Fox? They call him, which is ironic.
The name doesn't even ring a bell.
Sorry.
The name doesn't even ring a bell. I can't even.
Well, unless you were like a 52-year-old woman, it wouldn't really, because he does a lot of daytime TV and that sort of guff. But
right.
He rose to fame. This is 100% legitimate as well. Rose to fame with his fist inside an animal on live TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
What animal?
It was a
badger?
Gopher. No, a gopher. Yeah. Fisted a gopher on live TV, Phillip Schofield.
Wouldn't that kill a gopher? I thought they're pretty small.
Oh, I don't know. He seemed all right with it. He used to chat to it.
Fuck. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Are you aware of George Michael?
Yeah, I've heard of him. He died.
He did die. Not from this, but there was an incident where he smashed his car into a photography shop whilst masturbating.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
That's it. Rock and roll. All the homosexuals. Rock and roll. Long live.
Do you know Chris Canyon? Have you heard of Canyon?
Is he a wrestler?
He used to be.
Oh, is he dead?
Yeah. He came out as gay and was fired. I forget in which order. And then he was saying WWE, I think he sued them for discrimination. And then later died of suicide.
So that's not as rock and roll, is it, really?
It's a bit of a bummer.
But he was, yes.
Wow. That was quick.
I'm only quick on innuendos. I'm not quick on anything else. But talking of innuendo, so you're gaming. That hasn't repressed you as an adult then, because you just said you've got a partner and everything. So because most people, you tend to find they become quite introverted, don't they? And they don't socialise very well if they're into their gaming.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. There is a specific type, because I did all the nerdy shit too. Like, I remember my dad signed me for this thing up called Computer Camp, where like for 2 weeks in the summer, every day for like 5 hours, you went to a high school computer lab and basically just like gamed with a bunch of other nerds while they taught you how to use Flash. And you would think something like that would just turn me into like a visible nerd. But I guess I'm more of a drunk too, so it's like tough. I fit a bunch of roles, I guess.
What's Flash?
Flash is that the cartoon movies online that you could Animate?
I'm not really allowed online. I've got a lot of limitations on what I'm allowed to do.
Right. Well, it's like it's like a cartoon movie you can make on your computer, and they're really basic.
Ah, can you make them so they look sort of like, simplistic and might encourage like kids to do stuff?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of that.
Good to know. So, I suppose the thing that we wanted to talk about is your love of gaming, as you were saying, but not gay men. Not that there's anything that, I suppose you're all right with gay men, aren't you?
Oh, of course. Love who you love, baby.
That's it. Love is love, no matter how old they are. So, but your thing was gaming, and today the main reason we wanted to chat was you've got a podcast of your own, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Man, you are a great host. Bringing us right back here to my podcast, Game of Your Life. For anyone listening, you're good. The game of your life, not the gay man.
Gay men in your life.
Game of your life.
Game of your life. What's that about then, Jacob?
So basically, me, Jordan, your host.
I'm the host.
I interview on my podcast someone for an hour or so, roughly, just about a video game that they think impacted their life, a game they have lots of nostalgia for. I had our mutual friend Donald Mackerel on to talk Fallout New Vegas, if you want an entry point. It's a pretty good episode. And yeah, no, it's just, an excuse to just have nostalgia.
So you get like, is it just fucking comedians? Because comedians are knobheads, isn't they?
No, all sorts. I had my girlfriend on. I had an old roommate on. It's basically, I call it Game of Your Life, but it's really just all about me, people in my life.
Yeah, so but it's mainly people you know or people you respect talking about their favourite games of all time.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's quite nice. Has there been any games that people have asked to do and you've just gone, no, that's shit?
The amount of people that want to do Football Manager. The amount of comedians who think that anyone wants to hear about their league in Football Manager. Like it would interest anyone other than the person playing Football Manager. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? That might be the episode that breaks my show because no one listens to anyone.
I've got to admit, this is me breaking character. If you go onto YouTube and type in Football Manager, the amount of people that are interested in it is insane. You'll get like some guy giving you a tactic, just one tactic, and he talks you through it, and it's like 30 million views. Jesus Christ.
I'm definitely... Meanwhile, I'm chipping away at like the Final Fantasy X market or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's it. I suppose yours is more of a niche market, isn't it? You've not gone for the masses there.
No. Well, and like you said, I don't want it just... So every comedian has a podcast where it's just them talking to other comedians about how they started comedy. It's like, as much as everyone hates Joe Rogan, everyone just took his idea for a podcast and now do their own version. And it's like, I don't know. I had a dumb idea to just talk about video games so I don't feel like I'm wasting my life when I play them.
Well, I don't really know of that many on the market, I think you've got a bit of a proper little niche there where you've pretty much cornered it.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. And I like talking about it.
Well, hopefully you'll have me on with my favourite game soon enough.
What's that?
It's called Super Trolley on the ZX Spectrum.
I remember you pitched this actually.
Yeah, it's got Jimmy Savile on the front cover. And
of course.
All you do
Friend
is
of the show.
You price up items and you put them on a shelf. That's it. Forever. You can't win.
But items, not people.
No, so you are a person. You've got like a gun that you can put prices on stuff. And then once it's priced up, you put that on a shelf. And then you do it again and again and again. And all the money that went into it went into Jimmy Savile's pockets to pay for raping kids and whatnot.
Perfect. That's what you want to hear.
Well, that's the perfect way to end the show, I think. You've been a lovely guest, a lovely first guest for our third season of Mr. Badger Talks to Scum. Hope you've enjoyed yourself. What was your name again, sorry?
Jordan Ducharme. Feel free to follow me at FunnyJordanD on Instagram, at GYLPod on Twitter. Give it a listen.
There we go. So follow Jordan. I'm sure if they just search for your name, they'll find you as well. But follow Jordan on all your socials and listen to his podcast, Gay Men in Your Life. Hey, say goodbye to the boys and girls, Jordan.
Goodbye, boys and girls.
Bye, everybody.